at Clark Atlanta University, the Review Live Show. Please welcome our hosts, Sarah and Ella Starr.
Welcome back.
She totally didn't step on my toes.
Oh, I did, sorry.
But I guess we're starting off with fun.
We're starting off with fun because today's gonna be an extremely fun episode. We're gonna be talking about Disney throwbacks, go back in time, we're gonna talk about the music, the fashion, all of that. I'm Des from Austin and Alex, so I wasn't clear.
Anyway, we're gonna have so much fun today and we want to take you along with it. So stay tuned because this is the review.
Next on the review.
I'm not saying that I don't love Teen Beach Movie the way that it was, but Jordan Fisher should have had a bigger role than that. And Dove Cameron needs to get to work.
Dove Cameron needs to get to work.
She's having too much fun not doing that job.
Yeah.
He's basically in a religious cult right now, allegedly. First Disney star that we want to talk about is Keke Palmer. Only problem is, I disagree with our writer. I do not think of Keke Palmer as a Disney star. I think of her as a Nickelodeon star. But that's neither here nor there.
I think Keke Palmer definitely is Nickelodeon royalty. However, Keke Palmer was at the time the only person who was translating to both Disney Channel and Nickelodeon.
This is true. You can't do that now.
No.
Well, you really can't do that now, but you couldn't even do it then.
You really can't do that now. You couldn't do it then as a main character, which Keke Palmer was doing. She was a main character on Nickelodeon and she was a major guest star on Disney Channel. A lot of the background actors that we saw back in the day, a lot of your background actors for Camp Rock, a lot of your background actors from High School Musical, and I'm not talking like background like emotes, but like
characters that were recurring, right?
Correct. They had reoccurring spots on both Disney and Nickelodeon, then Disney didn't bat an eye. Today, they want you to sign a contract and they want you to be locked into the grave.
Yeah, because I'm like, that was the whole thing with Jordan Fisher, is it's like he eventually left because they always were like, we love you, we love your voice, we love how you act.
But you're
let's give you the main role, and then
every time he was a black boyfriend. That was crazy.
Yeah. And he never got the main role.
Which he deserved.
Why was he not a main? Not saying that I don't love Teen Beach Movie the way that it was, but Jordan Fisher should have had a bigger role than that.
I'm gonna disagree a little bit there, only because that was our introduction to him. I'm gonna say
no. I think he was.
I'm gonna say that he should have been an addition in the newer season of Liv and Maddie, and they should have expanded on the will they not, instead of having it condensed to 2 episodes and then having him skedaddle.
Yeah.
Especially because that first album that he dropped was right after Liv and Maddie, and that was not even technically, that album was through Universal Music Group and distributed through Disney.
Right, you did say there's different types of contracts or whatever.
Yes. So I feel, I just think that it would have been better considering that he did another album under Disney had he been a regular character on the show, because...
Oh, I was touching my mic. My bad.
Had he been another character on the show, because Dove Cameron put out a couple albums while they were still on the show. And
Dove Cameron needs to get to work.
Dove Cameron needs to get to work.
She's having too much fun not doing that job.
Yeah, and she was on the Jennifer Hudson show talking about how much she does not do her job, and I was in the comments like, baby girl. Baby girl.
I didn't even know she was on the Jennifer Hudson show. Why? For what?
This is a great question.
For what?
I really don't know. All I remember is seeing her sitting there talking, and she's talking about Ryan McCarthy at that. So I was thrown for a loop because I was like, why?
I don't know.
Why?
I do not know.
Because I'm expecting her to get engaged quite soon to that Italian dude. But Ryan McCarthy is in fact married to the woman that he dated after her allegedly cheated on her with.
I don't think I know who Ryan McCarthy is.
Diggy.
That's his name?
That's his name. JD. Shout out Heathers.
Shout out Heathers.
Shout out Heathers. Keke Palmer has recently come under fire on her podcast for inviting Jonathan Majors to...
I didn't know she invited him. All I saw was that the lady was saying some things.
So let me not say invited. I say invited though because I feel like I heard somewhere that Keke does pick who she wants on the show, but I could entirely be wrong.
I forget what I saw, but it seems as though that's not the only thing she's under fire for recently. Like, she said some other things with
Yes.
like Jonathan Majors and I don't know, it was something else. Some other Chris Brown. I think something Chris Brown related also came up. And
really?
like,
I didn't see anything Chris Brown. I did see the business
like,
about R. Kelly, which I have thoughts about.
I didn't even know R. Kelly was also mentioned. That's like the big three.
Well, you know, she, much like Justin Bieber, was kind of signed, mentored by R. Kelly. Yeah.
Speaking
That's
of
all the thoughts I
nuanced
have on it.
relationships, Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter also have their well-known, almost generational beef. Not really, but they
Generational white girl beef.
Generational white girl beef, and they were seen hugging at the Grammys, which was a couple of months ago at this point. So maybe the beef has been
It's
squashed.
April. Absolutely.
It's been a couple of months.
I don't think the beef was as strong as it was. I
don't
they
think
both,
it was either. I think
yes.
it was definitely a form of Twitter making things a bigger deal
Absolutely.
than it actually was.
And I think they both acknowledged that that was the case, and I think they both acknowledged, you know, like, she is who she is, I am who I am. They're both incredibly young. They did get cheated on by the same man.
The same man who is now, like, he went through the whole
bisexual phase. Yeah.
Bisexual, but also really into drugs, and now he's like...
Did he?
Yes, he was really into drugs and
I
was
didn't
doing like
I didn't see
ayahuasca
that.
and stuff like that. And then he had like a really bad trip on that, and then he's like, Jesus was talking to me. And now he's like back into, he's basically in a religious cult right now, allegedly.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going through it.
Okay.
He's going
Well,
through
prayers up for Tim.
it. Prayers up.
Olivia Rodrigo's ex co-star, Jake Paul, and his brother have still been seen around town.
Unfortunately.
The funniest thing I have ever seen was the two of them walking onto a terrace above Times Square, New York City, Times Square, and going, "What's up, New York?" and hearing dead silence.
In New York.
In New York, in Times Square.
I've never seen Times Square.
I was
empty.
quite
That's why I
literally in
hate
Times
going to
Square.
Times Square. It's
I
terrible.
was
If
in
you've
Times
never been,
Square
don't
3
go.
weeks ago, and it was late as I don't know what. There was not a single space that wasn't filled with somebody. And even if it was quiet, you're still gonna hear a horn. You're gonna hear people, like actual workers. You're gonna hear the lights. Like,
You're
for
gonna
it to
get
be
scammed potentially.
dead silent was absolutely freaking insane.
It was. As insane as it is, we gotta take a break, and we'll be back.
I was gonna do a Sarah caption
this
here,
is
and
the
she
review.
stole it.
I'm the queen of segues. The show got bad once Allie got confidence. That's a terrible thing to say about somebody.
It's terrible.
She's like, La Cienega has the big fat feet.
Yes, and they used to say my feet look like that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh. Here at the review, we love to play a silly little game.
And for a silly little game, we need a silly little guest. And that guest is Isaac.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Why are you clapping for yourself?
Because you gotta clap for yourself, you know? No one else gonna clap for you, you gotta clap for yourself.
Period, King.
Period.
We have a game.
This is the game.
This is the game.
Is this my camera?
right camera.
This is the game.
This is the game. And you might notice that our board looks a little different. And that's because it's no longer March, so we're no longer in madness.
But we are still dancing. If you get that joke, you're like lame. Because I didn't know that until today when Ellie told me it's a March Madness thing. Anyways, but much like dance moms, I'm not doing my job and I'm sitting down and I'm yelling at little kids. So
Wow.
we have
Wow.
Isaac is a little kid question.
it's literally Isaac. But we have 6 shows that were on Disney Channel and Disney XD
At various points in time.
at various
Various
points in
points in time.
times.
Yes.
And basically we ranked them. So let's start with 6.
Number 6.
On the bottom.
On the bottom, we have.
You could pull it
Pull
up.
it off. See, that's why you silly little kids.
See, because this is, let me show you how it's supposed to be done.
Okay.
Just for future reference.
Uh-huh.
See, notice how it's like, and we needed this again.
I didn't know y'all needed
I mean,
that.
dang. But basically, see how smooth that
Oh.
was, like a calendar. Anyways,
Anyways,
it's Austin and Allie.
Austin and Alley.
While I love the show, I do feel like it deserves to be on the bottom. I feel like Austin and Allie had the worst main character relationship of a lot of Disney Channel shows.
Really?
I don't know if I would say that.
I do.
I wouldn't say
Like, they
that
were
either.
made to be together, yes. But the way they got together, the way they stayed together, the way they couldn't stay together was the worst.
The show got bad once Allie got confidence. And that's a terrible thing to say about somebody.
It's terrible to say.
Absolutely.
I agree though.
Once she
I
started
agree.
getting on the stage and singing,
It kind of went downhill. you
What
know?
did I-
That's
what
her
do-
whole character. She's a shy songwriter.
that's
It-
her
it-
whole
Correct.
character.
It
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Like, that needed to be something that, like, happens in the last episode ever or something.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyways,
Moving on.
moving on.
Number 5.
Number 5,
And fine.
Inform.
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't have a whole lot of memories.
Really?
Like,
Really?
I
I
like
love-
Ant Farm, but like,
Interesting.
is it like in my head when I'm thinking?
I
of, like,
still sing to
Disney
the computer
Channel?
every once in a while.
Yeah.
My little computer boyfriend.
Computer boyfriend.
Computer boyfriend.
Oh my god, you guys don't remember.
Oh, it was like the iPad.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Angus,
I
I want
remember.
to say.
So Inform, that was my childhood. Netflix
I really
all the
love
time.
them. Yes.
Netflix.
I used to watch Inform on Netflix all the time.
That's not a childhood. You are
That's
young.
my
Well,
childhood.
You were young.
I was born in 2006, so.
Yeah, it shows because Ant Farm on Netflix is insane. It was
Okay.
on Disney Channel. I watched it.
I watched it
I
on
watched
Disney.
it
I watched it
Central.
on Disney Channel too.
7 Central. Click. Anyways,
Click, click, click.
Okay.
I'm pulling it because I don't like the way you pulling it. Number 4. See how simple that was? How simple and easy?
I did it simple.
No, see, look. Look at the crumples. Look at 4. She's
Yeah,
pristine. She's clean. Number 5. She looks like she's going to die. Okay. Casey Undercover.
Casey
I'm going to be
Undercover.
honest. I would put it lower. I would
Put it lower?
Really?
Really?
I would have put Casey Undercover higher. I'm sorry.
I like Casey Undercover. Maybe I just need to rewatch it.
I think it's where it needs to be.
Casey,
honestly.
I would put it higher. Casey Undercover is one of the only newer shows that I could actually sit down and watch. And I find that unfortunate because Disney Channel really was aimed and made for middle schoolers and high schoolers. Casey Undercover came out when I was in high school. I feel like this was a very age-appropriate show. What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Came out when you were in high school?
Oh?
Oh,
I was like definitely getting on a yellow school bus, I fear.
oh.
So was I? Question mark? In the high school, you think high schools have different colored buses?
Oh, in my high school, it was very much you had to take the city bus. Like,
Oh.
it was connected to the school, but it was very much the city bus. There was no yellow buses in high school. It
Well, I
was-
took the
you
MTA.
I took the metro. Well, I didn't take the metro, actually. I only took the yellow bus.
I don't know what's going on in Cincy, but that's not it. Anyway, I feel
We're
like
underfunded.
I feel like Casey Undercover was just the perfect age-appropriate show. I loved that Zendaya was so adamant about it being a flat family.
That
And
is true.
also-
That's
I
true.
do like Zendaya's. I do like how Zendaya really wanted to give representation.
Yes.
Because she could have
Yeah.
left Disney Channel.
She could have left.
She
Could've.
stayed
And she
and,
came back.
executive
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
produced. And that's a big deal.
Also,
So for that, it's in the right spot.
also, complete sidebar. At the same time in high school, I was
Complete sidebar.
also, well, it's not a complete sidebar, but I was also watching A Different World, which one of the main characters of A Different World ends up
Kadeem
playing.
Harrison.
Yes, he ends
Kadeem
up playing her
Harrison.
father.
The GOAT.
And I was
y'all
also
ever
watching
watch-
Family Matters,
Okay.
which
Okay.
Did you
one
guys
of the
ever watch?
cousins is the mom in the
Really?
show.
What is it?
Yes,
Did you
because
guys
she
ever
wanted
watch
90s royalty.
Teenage
never noticed I was
Bounty
the same
Hunter?
person.
Teenage
Did y'all ever
Bounty
watch?
Hunter.
I watched
I
that.
did. Yeah.
It's
You
not-
watched Teenage Bounty
I watched
Hunter?
it. It was alright.
Okay, it was just another Kadeem Harrison show that I feel like
Yeah,
was
yeah.
actually pretty good. They should have gave it a second
No,
season.
he's a
They
great.
should've.
He's a
They-
great
they
actor.
canceled it.
I really do
They
like him.
canceled it for no reason.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3.
Now,
No.
I also would have put this higher. So sorry.
Well,
So sorry.
Ellie's-
This is so mad. You had to
Ellie's a
yank
little
it
old,
down.
so
Okay,
respect,
so I
respectfully.
would've is it nice? Is
It's not nice.
it helpful? Is it thoughtful? Is it
Next
Hi.
time I'm gonna let the board fall on your head.
Proud Family? I'm gonna be honest. I need to rewatch it.
I do.
It's been multiple years. I also have beef because people used to say I had that girl's feet. You know, like when she's standing and she's like, right. You know when she's standing.
We can't see your feet. Doesn't matter.
I wish somebody get my feet.
Well, Penny Proud wasn't the one
You
who
can get my
had.
feet. She was standing like this.
Like,
She was
Like
standing
what?
like this and she was,
No,
she was
no,
in
no,
her
no,
swimsuit
no. La
and she's in
Cienega
flippers.
stands
And
and
she's
because
like,
La Cienega has the big fat feet.
yes, and they used to say my feet looked like that. So I don't like the Proud Family.
I'm so sorry.
Well, okay, it's not for my actual feet, it's because I stand like this.
You do. You also walk like that. So
All right. I hope you were not following my feet. You weren't. It wasn't even tallied because you're over here.
I actually really love Proud Family. I love the reboot actually, which I don't often love.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
Actually,
I haven't seen the reboot
It's really
either.
cute. 2 seasons in, and I'm hooked.
Oh, it's still
I've-
going?
Yes, I want them to have a 3rd season. They're in limbo about it, but you know, the Martin and Gina effect. Truthfully, it was
true.
It was just a really good show. I love the show. I love that Prouder and Prouder picks off right where we left off. That's what I needed. What are you doing? Also, like Wizard Kelly, you're not gonna get more comedic genius
try
than
not to
that.
die.
Ooh, okay.
Number 2, Phineas and
Phineas
Ferb.
and Ferb. Oh, Perry the Platypus.
What you know about this?
What y'all know about that? Perry the Platypus.
Disney Infinity. This is one of my favorite things. I love Phineas and Ferb.
I loved it.
Let me tell you how deep Phineas and Ferb runs in my household. When Phineas and Ferb would come on, the entire house would be set.
No, because
Like
it's
on the
great.
couch. And I kid you not, no slight to my dad, because he's gonna take this as a slight. But Phineas and Ferb would be the only time that he would actually leave work at the time he was supposed to leave work. He's gonna take that as a slight, but he was always there after hours. Phineas and Ferb night,
He said, I'm coming home.
leaving choir rehearsal, going right back into Phineas and Ferb. That's what I needed in my life.
I don't
Those were
know.
simple times.
Phineas and Ferb is also coming back soon. So
Phineas and Ferb
It's
is
come back
also
soon,
coming back
reboot.
soon. Original cast.
Original
cast.
cast.
Original cast. Love to see Allison Stoner employed. Love to see Ashley Tisdale employed. She
Let's
started
have
a beauty brand. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Yeah. Very Selena Gomez-esque. It was like, oh girl.
I really
Anyway.
like Phineas and Ferb. It's just so. It's first of all, the
It's for everybody.
The songs.
Songs are amazing.
songs
Yeah.
are amazing.
Get
But
you,
let's
get
see
you
what's-
goo means I love you.
Get you.
And at the top.
That's so Raven.
It's just a classic. It's never
Classic.
bad. It's great on a rewatch. Lots of these shows I've rewatched, and I was like, it doesn't hit the same as when I was 12.
I
That's
think
so
these,
Raven.
truth be
And
told,
Phineas and Ferb
these, truth
are
be told,
rewatchable forever.
Ant Farm and Austin and Ally have not held up well in the test of time.
No.
Yeah.
I think Casey Undercover only holds up
I think it holds
because
up.
I think Casey
holds
Undercover holds up. It's newer than the rest of the shows on these boards, so it's just simply not
true.
as
Yeah.
outdated.
Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb held. Proud Family held.
I don't think a cartoon cannot hold.
Uh,
I don't think there's a single cartoon as a kid that I liked that is no longer good.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one cartoon that I like from the 80s, and that it does, like, you could
Wow.
tell, like, besides the fact that it's a music show, so it's about 80s music, but, like, even if you were subtracted the music, you'd be like, this is an 80s timepiece. Like, this singularly existed in the 80s. Proud Family exists outside of that because there's no space and time in which you could put a black family and they won't act like that.
This is true.
True.
Time capsules. I mean,
Yeah.
but not even a time capsule way. In just
Same
like
thing
a
with That's So Raven, truth be told.
Bad acting.
Bad.
Well, not
yeah.
bad acting,
Well,
but
the
not
Disney Channel
fantastic.
acting.
Disney Channel.
Disney
acting.
Disney Channel.
Disney acting and
And you
regular
don't
acting
get
is different.
Disney Channel acting with voice actors.
Yeah.
This is true, especially when you have good voice actors.
Good
Voice
voice actors.
actors.
Shout out Caleb Pratt.
Shout out.
Okay.
But yeah, That's So Raven.
That's the Ravens at the top.
Top.
Shout out Raven Simone.
Even though Raven Simone, well, yeah, she's cool now.
I mean,
again,
she's
I think.
employed, and I really
She's-
love to see that for her. She's a game show host, and they make money.
It's a game show host.
I do
Monopoly,
Monopoly.
Scrabble.
Scrabble
Scrabble.
was one of them. Was
Although
like, why
I
is that
do,
a show?
I would like her to stop
Scrabble
taking
game
her
show.
wife everywhere she goes.
I agree.
I
That
agree.
wife should be locked up.
I
Not
don't-
like in a jail.
I
but
don't
like in a
think
basement.
wife should be locked up, but I do think that wife should be left home at sometimes. Because we see a lot of other creators take their wives with them, and it works, truth be told, because they're in heterosexual relationships, and it just seems a little sweeter than you dragging your white wife into these black spaces, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree.
I'm going to have to
Agree, too.
agree, and I'm going to have to end this segment. This is the review. Stay with us.
Oh, sh-
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh.
oh my God.
As someone who gets made fun of for watching baby shows quite often,
Okay, Bubble Guppies is not for 10 and 14-year-olds. Why do you have a skincare fridge?
And why
your
do you have-
skincare is your skin. 'Cause why are you singing Lunch by Billie Eilish? I don't care if you're changing the
Hello?
words, it's weird.
let's talk a little bit about the cultural impact of Disney Channel and how some of our favorite girlies have influenced the fashion sphere, the music sphere, everything. If we look at Hannah Montana, Shake It Up, which is where we place, we can see the clear influence when it comes to fashion, mismatched patterns, lots of layering, monochromatics down,
Everything.
the shorts with
Everything
the
with
leggings.
Pinterest.
I'm not getting up again. Y'all see me. Shorts with the leggings. Come on now.
Everything that Pinterest looks like now was
Everything-
built on the backs
Yes.
of 14-year-olds at Disney Channel.
Everything that Y2K wants to be right
Everything
now
that Y2K wants to be.
was built on the backs of 14-year-olds at Disney Channel. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah's just like Des from Austin and Ally. You saw on the board earlier. You didn't see on the board earlier. I'm just like Rocky from Shake It Up. Because I'm a Zendaya girl at heart.
Yeah, you saw Zendaya's other work later in life.
Later in life.
Not that. How old was she in Shake It Up versus?
I want to say she was older than Bella Thorne.
Probably. So probably like.
Because really, Casey Undercover
16?
wasn't that long.
No, it was like 3 seasons, 2 seasons.
No, I'm saying it wasn't that long ago. I want to say she was 15,
Oh.
16, maybe Shake It Up. I want to say she might have been entering her 20s with Casey Undercover.
Probably. Yeah.
That's real work.
That is real work.
That's real work.
Oh, what did Megan Thee Stallion say? Big 2 watches because 2 timing. I've been working since I was 16. That's not the exact lyrics, but that's what she said.
We're there. I mean, I enjoyed the real work. I think Raven Simone is getting back in the ring.
That's a real worker.
And getting some real work in.
That's
I
a real
think
worker.
Miley Cyrus is getting back in the booth, getting some real work in. Selena Gomez was just nominated for an Oscar. Like, the girlies are getting
was
real
crazy.
work in right now.
And they actually won the Golden Globe, I want to say.
She's
for-
definitely won an Emmy.
No, I'm saying for murders.
Only Murders in the Building.
She made a joke about like we're actually winning because they're always nominated, but
They never win. They have, I think
It
they
was
won a
either
Golden
Golden
Globe.
Globe or Emmy. I think it was a Golden
I
Globe.
really want to say they won an Emmy for their first season of Only Murderers.
Really? I don't know. That's just
I wouldn't
what Selena
know.
said.
You know what? I wouldn't know because we did a review episode on it, not me and you, but me and KJ, and it had no audio.
A pain we all know of. Oh my
Pain we
God, there's
know
nothing more
too well.
breaking the fourth wall. There's nothing worse.
That's just so,
It's so terrible.
yeah.
But you know what isn't terrible? Roland Blanchard's fashion sense.
Blanchard.
I think she's in the midst of a comeback. I think we'll see her in about 2 years. For real.
I think Riley Haight is coming back, and I'm so sorry. I don't agree.
I don't agree with Riley Haight either.
I don't agree with Riley Haight.
What was Sabrina's name?
Maya.
Maya. Oh my God.
I like.
That show is insane.
Everyone wants to be like, oh, she's so annoying. Oh, she's so annoying. You should think she's annoying. You are a full-grown adult now.
Right. You should think she's
Like
annoying.
in the show.
She's
What are they
literally
in middle
no,
school?
they're
They're 12 and 13.
They're canonically in middle school.
Like they don't even reach high school in the show. Like
It-
in Boy
it
Meets World,
ends-
we see them go to college. Like they get less and less annoying as the show goes on. We don't see them
she's
leave
literally
middle.
12.
Like we don't see them leave middle school. What else is she supposed to be?
But annoying. Nothing.
Right. Like
Now, is the show itself insane? Yes.
absolutely.
But I do have an exact memory of when it came on. It was like, I think it was still like a CRT TV in my parents' room. And I clicked play. Maybe it was a flat screen by then. I don't know. But I remember waiting for the cable. And it came on. And it was first episode. And I saw the paper airplane fly.
Like it was so.
That's a good
iconic.
intro. I don't
Like
care.
Sabrina Carpenter and her sister doing the theme song was so like when Disney used to show us the behind the scenes of the theme song. Like it was iconic. I'm so sorry. The Riley Haight is forced.
It is forced.
Like you guys want to be grown. Like you guys cannot be looking at Disney Channel things with grown lenses. It is made for middle schoolers. It is made for high schoolers. We should not be trying to force Disney into something else. Which that was my gripe with the new Descendants.
I think Descendants should be cut off. It's been going on for too long. They're
agree.
30 years old now.
Well, they're not in it. The only person from the
Well, I
original
wouldn't know.
cast that's in it is China and McClain.
And she's not even in the original cast if you want to get real.
If you want to get real, but I feel like this Descendants, even though it was a really good movie, a really good Disney Channel movie, I think that it was.
I like the first one.
I think it was a little grown. in the sense that, like, the main character has, like, a real attitude. She's in skin-tight clothing. And, like, shout out to Kylie Contrail because I actually really like what she's doing with her music career right now. But there was once a time where you could not have a separate music career from your Disney career because you are one person.
You're one person. You're not
the same. If she were to go on tour and somebody were to take their child on that tour,
let me sit up.
It would be a little too much. It would be a lot too much, actually. And I feel like that kind of translates into the way she dances as that character. I feel like it's a little too grown. I feel like we're forcing it. But in part because they don't want to make media for kids anymore.
They don't want to make media for kids anymore. And specifically, they don't want to make media for like 10-year-olds. Because there's like baby shows.
There's so many baby shows.
What are you supposed to watch when you're like 10 to 14?
Although, as someone who gets made fun of for watching baby shows quite often.
Okay, Bubble Guppies is not for 10 and 14-year-olds.
No.
Nor 21-year-olds.
Relax.
I'm just saying.
The shows that they're also putting on Disney Junior are more reboots, reruns, and reimaginations of the same, like, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Bluey than actually having, like, decent shows. Like, Disney Junior runs through 5 new shows a year and they don't come back.
This is why 9-year-olds have lip combos.
This is why 9-year-olds have...
Why do you have a lip combo?
Why is your 10-year-old using retinol cream?
Why are you using Drunk Elephant products?
Like,
why do you have a skincare fridge? Your
skincare
is your skin.
And why do you have a full YouTube channel that's not monitored by your parents?
Why are you
sharing that?
Why are you an influencer making money off the creator fund?
Correct.
That's concerning.
I do think you should make money off your own creator fund as a child. In fact, there's a law in California about it.
Well, yes,
however,
but like,
why do you have
on
direct
the camera?
access to
You
those
shouldn't be on the
funds
camera.
right now and you record and edit these videos yourself?
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
Because why are you watching a 9-year-old? Why are you watching a 12-year-old?
And like, why are grown people in the comments talking about my show is on? Your show is not on. This is a child, and CPS needs to be called. And you're part of the problem.
This is why we need to bring back Disney Channel.
This is why we need to bring back the Hilary Duffs. We need to bring back the Selena Gomez's. We need to bring back the Zendayas. Selena Gomez is executive producing the reboot of Wizards of Waverly Place.
And that's exactly how it should be.
I think it's called Wizards Beyond or something like that.
Something.
I've watched it. It gave me the most annoying feeling. I went back. I rewatched that first season of Wizards of Waverly Place.
It's annoying.
That's a kid's show.
No,
it's a kid's show,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
it did not deserve to start on Disney Plus. That was the wrong move. It needed to premiere on Disney Channel. It needed to be promoted. There needed to be a concert where you invite every 12-year-old in a 15-mile radius. It needed to be done.
Disney. Oh my God, what is the name of that? Disney. I Heart Disney. They need
Radio Disney.
Radio Disney. Leap Pads. Radio Disney. Kids Bop.
Correct. All of these
things.
Well, Kids Bop has never gone out of style.
No,
but
it
Kids
needs
Bop
to, it's
2
not-
is getting a little loose in their content.
They are. Because why are you singing Lunch by Billie Eilish? I don't care if you're changing the words. It's weird.
Like, why are you remixing the new Lil Nas X song? That song is about sleeping with people.
Why are we singing? They were singing some other song that I thought was. Why are we singing Drake?
We don't need to be singing. Like, come on,
Kendrick.
guys.
I think even not like us. They probably did that.
I do think they did. That's our hot take of the day.
That is our hot take of the day.
Let children
have
be
kid
children.
shows again.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because why are you watching Euphoria?
Why are you watching Euphoria? You should be playing with American Girl dolls.
If you're gonna watch Piece of Zendaya, you should like go up the ladder like we all did. You start with Shake It Up.
Yes.
You move to Casey Undercover.
Pause.
And
You start with Kids Bop and move on to Shake It Up. Let the children be children. I believe the children are our future, and quite
I
frankly,
believe the children are.
quite frankly, we are not teaching them well, and we are not leading the way. That's really all I have to say about it.
That's all I have to say as well. But let's give it up for Isaac, who's also a little child. Our guest star, Isaac.
Woo! Let's give it up for our lovely little audience. We'll period. And we will be back next week. What are we talking about next week?
We're talking about movie soundtracks and how celebrities, they like to take these projects on.
And we'll see you there.
And we'll see you there.
And this is The View.